Russell Boone.
Douglas Michael Brown.
Logan Scott Birch.
Kyle Anthony Cashy.
Erin Elizabeth Conley.
Erin Elizabeth Doran.
Benjamin Edward Fischel.
Anthony Paul Gray Jr.
Kimberly Ann Jackson.
Corey Rex Earl Johnson.
Justin Colt Judeman.
Paul C. Kim.
Theodore William Kruchek.
Alyssa Joe Manwaring.
Connor Patrick McKinney.
Jacob Michael Maheres.
Megan Ashley Moore.
Mark Samuel O'Hare.
Cole Micah Patton.
Ty Mikawa Perich.
Alexandra Michelle Prusco.
Yasmin Elizabeth Tadio Sarmiento.
Michael Joseph Newt Seiss.
Kevin Tomas Sober.
Christopher Clark Stevens.
William Alexander Size III.
Tyler Andrew Vincent.
Cadet Squadron 23, Montana Wesley Colley.
Corey Dane Concha.
Brendan Kevin Donovan.
Henry James Egan.
Cody Halamenu Ocalpo Mamaclay Felipe.
Peter Gerald Ford.
Zachary James Francis.
John Richard Griffith.
Jolie K. Grossman.
Jonathan Michael Haas.
Mark William Hansen.
Alexander Scott Huskisson.
Jonathan Frederick Jones.
Vincent Anthony Lodolo.
Kyle Thomas McCabe.
Brock Edward McGehee.
Jessica Ray Norrington.
Udet Hinesh Patel.
Randy Kate Rayhill.
Allison Marie Reedy.
Stephen Jean Strickland.
William Hunter Trevathan.
Ryan Tyler Umberger.
Kathleen Kelsey Bardell.
Cadet Squadron 24, Britta Lynn Bagay.
James Watson Braden III.
Richard Sean Brockington.
William Andrew Coleman.
William Christopher Deaver.
Matthew Ellis DeMache.
Benjamin Gerard Duchesne.
Andrew Nee Galen.
Stephen David Hunter.
Brian Sun Huang.
Brandy Alexandra Jane.
Christopher Wayne O'Phelan Knutson.
Sophia Christine Lockerbie.
Olivia Bay McQuilkin.
Mackenzie Kai Schofield.
Kenneth Edward Serafinko.
James Kenneth Stevens.
Cadet Squadron 25, Ryan Emerson Adams.
Kobe Tyler Browning.
Cecilio Eloy Carter, Jr.
Christina Michelle Cave.
Brian Joshua Collette.
Nicholas Robert Dumont.
Daniel Fox Durham.
Clayton Jacob Elliott.
Benjamin Robert Fonte.
Edward Joseph Aguado Garces.
Kyle Robert Gladney.
Taylor Ryan Gore.
Brady Wayne Lucas.
Jairo Josiah Martinez.
Kyle David Nazarek.
Catherine Elizabeth O'Brien.
Kevin Austin Sack.
Michael Scott Smith, Jr.
Heather Manning Udell.
Cameron Day Vickroy.
Spencer Garrett Wood.
Daniel Michael Zotto.
Cadet Squadron 26. Isaiah Michael Alley.
Cheston Michael Blott.
Chen Jia Shun.
Brendan Thomas Conroy.
Corey Murray Davis.
Todd John Del Toro.
Jeffrey Whidden Downey.
Matthew Keisuke Fruget.
Paul Timothy Gasky.
Alexa Marie Gingras.
Bethany Ann Groves.
Joshua William Hartman.
James Daniel Huff III.
Stephen Patrick Catrine.
Philip Thomas Lang.
Kelsey Lynn Lehman.
Justin Lyle Manchester.
Zachary Jackson Matthews.
Daniel Edward Nissen.
Joseph Nee Okai Jr.
Mark Gregory Stewart.
Grant Russell Williams.
Cadet Squadron 27. Peter Benjamin Bangen.
Adam John Breakful.
Catherine May Bugg.
James Edward Chambers II.
Brian Patrick Corcoran.
Christopher Robin Irk Pigkins.
Sophia Monique Epps.
Virginia Lee Galbraith.
Garrett Roy Getchchow.
Kyle Andrew Hathaway.
Thomas Sean Heikkinen.
Zachary Stephen Jackson.
Benjamin Richard Johnson.
Douglas Cooper Johnston.
Jeremiah Wade King.
Andrew Colin Lehner.
Raquel Elizabeth McCagg.
Timothy Francis Mobley, Jr.
Lindsay Christine Mueller.
Matthew Livingston Shea.
Joshua Stephen Sprang.
Wolf Ian Thielman.
Cadet Squadron 28. David Harry Baumeister.
Andre Duarte Diaz Brito.
Gordon Perry Broadbent IV.
Terry William Burke.
Aaron Joseph Burns.
Caitlin May Coffey.
Erin Michelle Crane.
Kerrigan Margaret Dean.
Daniel Preston Gregory.
Aaron Blaine Kirkhoff.
Kimberly Paige Keppen.
Scott Brian Lagarilli.
Andrew James Oury.
Ian Douglas Price.
John Billington Skeel.
William Smedley VII.
Petar Stefanovich.
Ralph Kyle Michael Tatum.
Ryan David Thompson.
William Michael Terrell.
Lauren Nicole Van Rassen.
Cadet Squadron 29, Nicholas Joseph Adagio.
David Ramirez Alvarado.
Ken Randy Beckler.
Rebecca Ann Breslow.
Andrew Milton Calloway.
Kyle Micho DeLaurel.
Joshua Brian Dunn.
Melissa Lee First.
Alexios Konstantin Gavrilos.
Daniel Greg Gunderson.
Max Martin Manley.
Daniel Bradley Neal.
John Harrison Ohms.
Stephanie Lynn Patterson.
Benjamin Marshall Taylor Peterson.
Ryan Paul Recker.
Thomas Anthony Swinkoski.
David Ray Winterland.
Cadet Squadron 30. Evan David Blosvik.
Shane Joseph Boyd.
Jared Robert Bruger.
Daryl John Cherf.
Anthony Joseph Chiaro.
Daniel Richard Compton.
Justin David Fazekas.
Corey Scott Furchess.
Michael Silvio Girolami.
Tara Jean Harris.
Stephen Gale Joseph Jr.
Daniel James Lang.
Eva Sophia Reese.
Krishna Chandru Rengan.
Travis Carter Smith.
Adam Hans Stoll.
Nicholas Jeffrey Warziniak. Yes, ma'am.
We're debating on whether to call your neighbor. We're on a poll up here. We'll be back with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining the Secretary and the Chief of Staff on stage to your right, Dr. Hans Mew, Athletics Director, United States Air Force Academy. Cadet Squadron 31, Julie Chanju An.
Tyler Scott Bresky.
Ian Anthony Butler.
Maria Cristina Carriedo.
David Anthony Dunkel.
Jordan Merrill Esom.
Michael Brandon Fish.
Dylan Thomas Fisher.
Michael Allen Gartee.
Kayla Lynn Harvey.
Alexander Jerome Kauth.
Christopher Nelson Kirk.
Amanda Catherine McLean.
Blake Edward Moorhead.
John Robert Sambo.
Daniel Alexander Slade.
Justin Trent Smith.
Garrett Vaughn Swallow.
Anthony David Sullivan.
Justin Samuel Tharp.
Alexander Peyton Williams.
Haley Pace Wilson.
Victoria Rachel Weiler.
John Sobin Yang, Jr.
Cadet Squadron 32, Aaron John Basut.
Austin Clark Briel.
Jason Marquise Butler.
Hannah Margaret Dake.
Brent Anthony Eberly.
Timothy Joel Grayley.
Brett Allen Gudim.
Derek Levi Hale.
Andrew Wesley Hedman.
Parker Thomas Hodges.
Andrew James Kasura Miller.
Klysong King Tong.
Tristan John Crasine.
Thomas Jordan Laram.
Francis Ararakap Marquez.
Zachary Paul Matee.
Austin Douglas Nash.
Gage Lynn Owens.
Hayden Kip Richards.
Edward Richard Schroeder.
Cameron Stewart Urquhart.
Eric Daniel Voron.
Rachel Carolyn Yen.
Cadet Squadron 33. Ryan Michael Brigman.
Stefani Hernandez Ruberte.
Josiah Ian Lane.
Megan Elise Lewis.
Royd S. Lim.
Houston Gustav Matthews.
Erin Marie McAllister.
Dalton Joseph Miller.
Derek Weston Monjo.
Anthony Richard O'Connor Jr.
Joel Anthony Parrott.
Alan Roosevelt Revels Jr.
John Eric Richard.
Shishtoff Jan Rishka.
Ryan James Thompson.
Matthew Lumbert Thorne.
Derek Gaynor Travis.
Ryan Wesley Williams.
Hannah Lee Weil.
Benjamin Caleb York.
Cadet Squadron 34. Dalton Lee Bridgers.
David Allen Burns.
Stephen Joseph Coangelo.
Philip Andrew Conti.
Danielle Marie Cortez.
Aaron William Dyke.
Ryan Bryce Frower.
Richard Carey Gangloff.
Reginald Pierre Hargrove II.
Andrew Michael Hyde.
Kristen Louise Long.
Regina Grace Laux.
Nicholas Michael Lundeen.
Lauren Bartlett McGuire.
Ryan Patrick McKilligan.
Austin Joseph Nicholas.
Joel Patrick Starkey.
Carly Ellis Taylor.
Kimberly Ann Tuhig.
Trevor Allen Wade.
Samuel Howard Ward.
Kyle Patrick Werner.
Stephan Michael Lynn Wilcox.
Lee Franklin Wise.
Cadet Squadron 35. Juan Sebastian Alvarez Bermudez.
Eric Jordan Amos.
Thomas James Arnett.
Alexander Christian Bost.
Renee Rose Bohack.
Carolyn Christie Capes.
Peter Ray Crawford.
Anthony John Cummings.
Heather Crystal Denise.
Kevin Christoph Durr.
Brian Christopher Hall.
Chan Yol Han.
Mary Catherine Hansard.
Ryan Lewis Hartz.
Patrick Samuel Morgan.
Seth William Pelletier.
Tyler Michael Spangler.
Anna Catherine Wallace.
Patrick Fowler Waters.
Jeremiah Jean Williams.
Cadet Squadron 36. Eduardo Roberto Aguilar.
Anthony Richard Amadeo.
Eric Matthew Artman.
Allison A. Bolotowski.
Jeffrey Dean Baptist.
Zachariah Burdett Boston.
David Joseph Bradfield.
Corinne Beth Conroe.
Colin Edwards Cook.
United States Air Force Academy, Superintendent Lieutenant General Mike
Zane Kameama Luhia Edwin Didasco.
Mercedes Samantha Edwards.
Mario Isaac Elizondo.
Nicholas Andrew Fisher.
Austin Andrew Fox.
Nico Pabalan Gigante.
Andre Michael Golson.
Chelsea Leah Hamilton.
William Luke Hantla.
Cassandra Lynn Hill.
Heather Elizabeth Ireland.
Benjamin Scott Cram.
James Robert Lucky.
Christopher James Probosco Jr.
Samuel Robert Rainey.
John Harvey Rush Jr.
Tyler Alexander Stearns.
Kyle Patrick Street.
Leslie Marie Torres.
Cody Allen Verge.
Edward Sunglee Wood.
Cadet Squadron 37. Evan Ashton Barger.
Jonathan Edward Beabout.
Kevin Gerard Bess.
Colton Lee Buchel.
Daniel Hoon Chin.
Matthew Stephen Cosmo.
Daryl Joel Fariza.
Sarah Monksaran Frankowski.
Cody Adam Hansen.
Donald Blake Jackson.
Jake Tyler Jones.
Nathan Michael Jones.
Ryan Michael Lombardo.
David Theodore Miller.
Joshua Wyatt Moore.
Sarah Michael Nickish.
Colin Eric Payne.
Amanda Gabrielle Pestana.
Reed Alexander Witt.
Cadet Squadron 38. Nathan Daniel Badger.
Matthew Guyton Barbazon.
Dalton Lee Boatwright.
Lindsay Mariah Cordero.
William Chase Douglas.
Matthew Paul DuPont.
Joshua Michael Gilly.
Evan Charles Glowiak.
Joseph Andrew Dugan Hallway.
Matthew Stephen Howard.
Evan Ian Kaufman.
Gregory Robert Lewis Kidd.
Buddy Christopher Kinder.
Kenneth Kinderwater.
Sun Young Lee.
Jared Keith McNaught.
Anthony Gaetano Navaroli.
Marco Poplatnik.
Harriet Kirk Randolph.
Frederick William Rath.
Orion Hubert Rooney.
Brandon Tyler Stanger.
Brennan Jonathan Sweeney.
Samantha Elise Thomas.
Matthew David Underwood.
Andrew Taylor Watson.
Thank you, sir. Brent Philip White.
Cadet Squadron 39. Taylor James Brookheis.
Stephen Chester Carew.
Canyon Louise Chambers.
Eric David Clark.
Erin Margaret Endress.
Jared Ray Erickson.
Joseph Allen Gulat.
Joshua Robert Hager.
Yanni Horth.
Joshua Raymond Cusin.
Paul Gregory MacArthur.
Brian Michael Meehan.
Rory Patrick Montgomery.
Monique Makia Powell.
Philip Stanley Pachowski.
Evan Edwin Rowley.
Casey Logan Schindling.
Juwayne Micah Tanner.
Ethan Alexander Vokes.
Hun Hao Wu.
Cadet Squadron 40. Aaron Kent Objen.
Ashley Renee Bartmus.
Nolan Roger Bett.
Stephen Huinjin Chung.
Nicholas Andrew Clayton.
Kyle Christopher Cranston.
Molly Mitchelson Crosby.
Ryan Scott Dusak.
Ryan John Evans. Is it me? Is it me? Is it me?
Stephen Philip Friend.
Brian Matthew Gomez.
Darren Jared Gould.
Samuel Robert Harms.
Alexander Hill Harvey.
Andrew Martin Hurd.
Nicholas Troy Levine.
Stephanie Ann Maris.
Samuel Francis McNell.
Stacy Ann Rouse.
Benjamin Donald Shaner.
Ethan Tyler Sen.
Kristen Ann Surhoff.
Eric Jonathan Tice.
Stephen Walter Wadan.
Wing, 10 shot. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as Brigadier General Gregory Lingiel, Commandant of Cadets, administers the oath of office.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Graduates of the General Curtis LeMay class, please raise your right hand, and after I read the oath of office, signify your acceptance by saying I do. Do each of you, having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help you God. Class of 2013, you are dismissed.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of your United States Air Force Academy, Superintendent Lieutenant General Mike C. Gould and the class of 2013, we wish to thank the Texas Flying Legends Museum of Houston for donating this hat toss flyover today by their heritage aircraft of the Second World War. The pilots for today's flyover are Alan Miller, Freddie Calvarado, Douglas Rosendahl, Casey Odegaard, Mark Murphy, Vlad Olenek, Warren Peach, Greg Shelton, and current Missouri Congressman Sam Graves. Thank you, Texas Flying Legends. It is fitting that today's graduation flyover was by American World War II heritage aircraft, used by that generation of airmen to defeat the forces of tyranny. The class of 2013 chose its exemplar as an Air Force icon of both World War II and the Cold War, General Curtis E. LeMay. General LeMay began his career as a fighter pilot before transferring to bomber aircraft. He participated in a humanitarian mission to South America in 1938, which won the McKay Trophy for outstanding aerial achievement. Prior to the Second World War, LeMay demonstrated the ability of land-based bombers to conduct maritime defense missions. He pioneered air routes over the Atlantic Ocean to Africa and Europe. During World War II, General LeMay developed new formations and bombing techniques. He led the air campaigns that broke the backs of the war machines of Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan, and helped the Allies achieve victory in Europe and the Pacific without a bloody invasion of the Japanese home islands. General LeMay was best known after the war as commander of Strategic Air Command, America's primary nuclear deterrent of the Cold War. LeMay created an all-jet bomber and tanker force bolstered by intercontinental ballistic missiles operated by professional airmen dedicated to the preservation of peace. He was instrumental in the development of the Air Force Academy and retired from the Air Force as its Chief of Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, passing north to south, the Texas Flying Legends will make their approach to Falcon Stadium in formations representing your respective services. First, the Navy flight in a victory formation of World War II Naval Warbirds.
Great job. That was good. That was pretty awesome. Well, that was nice. Timed out well. It worked. You stay awake there, sir? Oh, is that right? Here we come again.
Next, the Army Air Force's flight, also in a victory formation of World War II Warbirds.